I know the belt. I don't have a horseshoe, so I know it's the belt.
We're now joined in the infield media center by today's winner of the Shelby American, driver the number 48 Lowe's Cobalt 2 Chevrolet, Jimmie Johnson. This is Jimmie's 49th win and his 4th at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He now sits alone in 12th in all-time wins, just one win behind Ned Jarrett and Junior Johnson. Jimmie, tell us about your day.
Yeah, just really proud of the car that we brought to the track. We had to work on it some through the race, but it was so fast on the long haul that we could make up ground from the 20th place starting position we had. Worked up into the top 10 and then worked up to the top 5. And at parts of the race, kind of stuck there behind the 24 and the 17. I think we're all very equal at that point in time and just couldn't get by one another. And it came down to pit stops. I thought the race was going to come down to pit stops and who got a good restart. And it kind of turned out that way, although the 4 tires, I think, helped us more than anything. I got a good start and got around Boyer, the top of 1 and 2. And I was behind Jeff again and chasing him. And I'd been chasing him all day. I wasn't sure I'd get by him, but I just kept putting a lot of pressure on him, hoping he'd make a mistake, hoping that I could get him to overdrive his car and make it tight or do something wrong. And finally, I was able to get inside of him and committed to trying the slide job on him in 3 and 4 and just bombed it off in there and was able to get by. So great day. Pit road, our guys had awesome stops. We had one issue with the lug nut falling off, and they still recovered very well for having that issue with the lug nut falling off. So I think we're pretty solid from a team standpoint across the board.
We're also joined by today's winning crew chief, Chad Knaus. Chad, your thoughts from on top of the box?
Yeah, obviously it was a great day for us today. We didn't start the weekend off like we wanted to, qualifying as poorly as we did. So pit selection and some other things and track position was a bit of a hindrance at the beginning, and the car was ill handling, to say the least, at the beginning. But Jimmie really manned up at that point and drove the car straight up to the top 10, even with the car handling as poorly as what it was. And when we got to our first pit stop, we were able to make some adjustments to the car, and it definitely got better and it got faster, and it was exciting. It was fun to be able to pass all those cars and work through traffic and be able to get into the top 5 to where we could race with the guys. On pit road, the guys did a great job, like Jimmie had mentioned. Had one pit stop where lug nut fell off, and they rallied back from that. I think our last pit stop was like an 11.9 or something along those lines, which is just fantastic. So just hats off to those guys. We felt as though coming on that last pit stop, if we took 4 tires and went out somewhere in the top 8, that we would have a shot to win the race if everybody else took 2. And for us to be able to leave pit road in 3rd position, 4th running on track at that point, we were really pleased. So great job by everybody, and everybody at Hendrick Motorsports really did a good job on this car. The people back at the shop had to get this car prepared and turned over, and we were back in Charlotte or in California when they were building this car. So to send that car out from the shop and it run as well as what it did, they did a great job.
And today's winning team owner, Mr. Hendrick, who watched his 2 teammates battled most of the race around the track. Your thoughts as you watched that race unfold?
There at the end, I knew Jimmie and Jeff were going to run each other clean, but when you, like Jimmie said, when you dive in the corner and you try to slide up in front of a guy, I was fearful that they were going to get together and we'd have a problem, and I knew Harvick was good, and he got to start closer to the front, so it was good to pull it to get this win, and Chad guaranteed me the win, so did Jimmie, so that was going to be good. We had a really rough time out here a few years back. We had all the Lowe's people, and it was the worst we had run as an organization in the history of our company with multiple cars, and we had to go in a tent with 2,000 Lowe's people right down here at the end of the race, and we got that same deal tomorrow night, and it's going to be a lot better.
Before we open up to questions, one more statistic. Jimmie now becomes the all-time leader, winner at 1.5-mile tracks, surpassing Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty, and Jeff Gordon, who all had 14. Jimmie now has 15. So with that, we'll open up to questions from the media. Let's see, I got Jorge, Lewis, Gary.
That's impressive.
Petty and Earnhardt didn't have any. They had like 1.5 miles.
Jimmie, Chad, Jorge Mendaca, FoxSports.com. 2 different types of races last week and this week. Similar results. Are you guys starting to feel invincible early in the season?
No, it's I guess I don't know if it's just our makeup or mindset or what it is, but if you get off to a quick start, I think we're both sitting here, even though we haven't talked about it, thinking we can't sit still. Complacency is going to kill you, and we're probably looking forward to going to Atlanta with new ideas and new things. So we're excited. It's early in the year. It is a relief to know that we worked in the right areas over the off season, but Richmond's a long, long way away from right now, and we need to keep collecting points, winning races, make the chase, and then get to work for what we're really here for. So it's great. We don't feel invincible, though. It was nice to go out there today and really earn this one and race Jeff, that hard for the win. So I feel very good about things, but invincible, far from that.
Louis, Frank Reuters. On the last restart, it appeared you might have bumped, Clint. With any, could you describe what went on that last restart, please?
Yeah, we see it a lot at California, where you can actually bump draft down the straightaway and help your lane move like you would at a plate race. I saw Jeff do it with the 17 at one of the restarts early in the race, and it worked out well. And I knew I couldn't let Jeff lined up on the inside get a big jump on us. So Clint was starting the race, and I just decided when Clint should go and started pushing him before he was ready. Like, let's go, and just started pushing him, and we got to the corner. And I think when I pushed him in the corner, he wasn't really ready for me to push him that far, and kind of checked up. And at that point, I just went to the outside, went blowing by. But I was trying to help, but I think I got his attention as we got in the turn, and he was going faster than he wanted to.
I think we got Don, and then we got Gary, and then we'll come back over here.
I'm back here, the one that's dressed like I should be directing traffic. I'll ask what everybody's probably thinking. Any thoughts about the lucky comments? It had to cross both of your minds, like, all right, now say we're lucky. I mean, was there a little bit of attitude to this one about, because I know that you didn't take that very well, and you probably shouldn't have a week ago. Can you talk about that? And then I have a question for Mr. Hendrick.
Honestly, last week, I agree with everybody. We were lucky. But where I think we were lucky was with the opportunity. Luck didn't allow us to win the race. Luck didn't keep me ahead of the 29 and those types of things. Luck didn't affect the great pit stop that put us in that position. Yeah, we were lucky when the caution came out, and I admitted that last week. And if people are trying to find a way to not accept, the quality race team that we have, that's cool. We'll just come back this week and take the trophy again. So, but I have to say that's a smart ass remark. But truthfully, from last week to this week, there was nothing in my head that said I need to go prove something to someone. There was nothing in my head that said, well, people are saying the lucky comment. We knew that we went out and earned that race last week. Luck put us in position, but we still had to run 30 laps or 20 laps and hold off the 31 and the 29. So we slept great Sunday night after the race in California, and very happy to come here and get it done again.
Also, Mr. Hendrick, does it ever cease to amaze you that any time there seems to be a decision late in a race, no tires, 2 tires, 4 tires, that the two gentlemen to your right always seem to get it right?
They not always. I can remember a couple they didn't, but most of the seriously, Chad studies the race as it goes along, and I'm amazed at how quick he adapts, like the call on pit road in California to go ahead and change the tires and know where everyone is and what he's got to do and what adjustments that car needs at the end. And Jimmie is like he's the closest thing I've seen to a computer in the car. So the two of them together have, developed into an awesome combination, and really proud of them. And they very seldom make a mistake.